The Lobo Coaches Show is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Hello, Lobo fans, and welcome into your Lobo Coaches Show. With UNM's football coach, Danny Gonzales, I'm Robert Portnoy. Coach G, congratulations. The 5-game losing streak is put to bed. You devised a game plan. You guys go and win at Wyoming, something that hadn't happened in half dozen years. Heck of a win on the road.
It was a good job by our football team. They were not playing great on offense going into the game, and we were able to capitalize on some of that. They're having a little bit of a struggle at quarterback, which we were able to capitalize on. Now, we did a good job of getting off the field on third down, and our offense did a great job of keeping the ball away from them. And the two sides together worked, and we played good enough to win. I wouldn't say we played well, but we played good enough to win.
When you talked with me early in the week about the game plan that you had devised for this weekend, I thought it was really interesting the way you said, if we can just give the defense a chance, we think that they can win the game. And that's exactly what happened, because they shut down Wyoming. And part of it was because your offense possessed the ball and gave the defense a chance to catch a breather on the sideline.
We did. We only played 66 plays on defense. And when you do that, you have a chance to hold people down. It was really positive to see the offense respond the way they did when we challenged them. We needed him to hold the ball. We needed him to get first downs. And Isaiah obviously brought some energy to the guys, and they played better.
The Lobo running game, particularly in the first half, was huge, because if you don't establish that early, then that game plan kind of goes out the window, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, if we go 3 and out and we just keep giving them the ball back, it gives Wyoming a lot more chances. Now, there takes some luck involved too, because they overthrew 2 receivers on Saturday that probably could have been touchdowns. But sometimes to win a game, you need luck. And we responded, and it worked out. And
they did hit one over the top. And I think you probably got a break there, because it didn't appear the receiver needed to leave his feet.
At all.
Yeah.
Jarek fell down, and their receiver jumped up, and I think he thought he was going to get hit. Those are plays that they have to turn into touchdowns. And when they're struggling like they are on offense, they need those breaks. But we got that break. And then the defense did a great job from that point on. They were on the 10-yard line. We held them to a field goal, and that was their only points of the day. So we kept them out of the end zone, and we held the ball on offense. We put it in the end zone a couple of times on offense, which was really good, because it had been since October 2nd. 15 quarters with 1 touchdown is just awful. And to have the 2 was a really good deal.
A theme here in recent weeks has been excellent special teams play for the Lobos. It has gotten better and better and better. The athleticism, the ability of Luke Wysong just startles me every week. The play he makes running up to catch a line drive, low, short punt. He goes over the shoulder a la Willie Mays and turns it into like a 20-yard return. He's pretty impressive.
He's getting better every week. And that return was 1 block away from going the distance for a touchdown. Coach Christian was really upset in the meeting on Sunday. It's one guy needs to get blocked, and Luke's got another punt return touchdown. I think Aaron's doing a really good job, a lot better punting than he did the first 2 games. We could have covered a couple of those a little better. I mean, we pinned him inside the 10 twice. We could have done that a couple more times, especially late in the game. But they're performing better, and then the guys are covering and they're blocking better. When you have someone back there like Luke, you have a little bit more incentive to block. I mean, they're trying harder. They know he can take it the distance. And you're right, the one he caught on the 42-yard line going in, now we hurt ourselves with penalties. That was a huge play. If that ball's not caught, it's probably going to be on our 10-yard line. And the same thing on the one over the shoulder, the Willie Mays catch. That ball's going to be down inside our 10-yard line instead of we get it at the 40. So they know Luke's dangerous.
Talking about Aaron Rodriguez, your punter, I don't think that people give enough credit to how difficult it is to drop that football around the 10-yard line. And they do it, the best punters, from different distances. It's like hitting it pin high every time.
You know, he's been getting a lot more consistent. The punt he had last week against Colorado State right before halftime was huge, kicking that ball out of the end zone backed up. And then Saturday he had a couple opportunities where he did a nice job. Now, the ones at the end, we need to capitalize on those.
All right, when we come back on the other side, first half highlights of the Lobos win in Laramie. The Lobo Coaches Show is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. We're back with Lobo head football coach Danny Gonzales on your Lobo Coaches Show. It's time for first half highlights of the Lobos win in Laramie over the Cowboys.
We came out with a little different look. I mean, here's Luke again on a fly sweep. Really nice job. He's learning how to get vertical and doing a really good job. Here's the first punt from Aaron. We punted twice on this one because of a penalty. I liked the way he was hitting the ball and thought we could get him backed up. And this was the second one. And instead of having the ball in the 20, we got it on the 12. That's a pretty good start.
Matthias Bertram, a couple of great plays on special teams for you.
Did a really nice job in coverage. That was a really nice play right there by Kyler Drake. I think he's got a bright future here. He just needs a little bit more reps. And then I thought we did a really good job of controlling them, keeping them from being able to run the ball. It's what they want to do. And then it sets up their passing game.
And the last couple tackles there finished off by Leatele, who's been terrific for you. What a play here by Corey Hightower.
You know, in 37 games, his first interception, we needed to work on his return skills. But that was a big point in the game, and then we take the ball right down and we march for a touchdown. Now here, he's got deep third. This is a great read. He's reading the quarterback, which you should do in zone coverage. That's an excellent catch. He went and high-pointed the ball. Like I said, we could get a little bit better return. Zarek Scruggs, here is he was good. He was great on the perimeter blocking. And then when he got an opportunity to carry the ball, he really showed his speed, which if he can continue to do that, we'll have some good things.
Here's Isaiah Chavez, and this is the thing that really strikes me every time I watch him play is his ability to make the first guy miss, get through a hit and pick up extra yardage.
That run right there talked me into going for this 4th down. I mean, I thought he did a really nice job of getting that extra yard, much like the 3rd and 7 he did last year against them. He was able to do it again. I thought this throw was clutch. I mean, this was a huge throw. It put us down there in 4th and 2. He's coming across the middle. He leads Luke. I mean, it was a really good job. And then here we go on 4th down. That led to a touchdown. What a great play by Isaiah and then Trace. I mean, just don't catch it. I mean, just don't drop it and you'll walk in the end zone.
Trace Bruckler, first guy this season for the Lobos with 2 touchdowns on the year. It had been a different guy for every TD up till that point.
Yeah, and the play, I mean, we did a nice job because we were having a little bit of success running the ball. They bit really hard. We gave them a different look with some of the triple option stuff we were doing too, so they were a little bit more antsy to come downhill, and it led to a touchdown.
You guys were under center for that throwback, which is a play that worked for you early in the season a couple of times, and obviously it hits for the touchdown there.
Now on defense here, we still need to continue to get more pressure with a 4-man rush, but I thought we were a lot better in coverage. We were a lot better positioned in coverage. They're getting a little bit more confidence. Now, I did mention earlier, we had those 2 that we got lucked out on, but sometimes it takes some luck.
Luke Wysong, different ways that you use him, his toughness continues to impress me week in and week out, not just on special teams, obviously on offense as well.
You know, I mean, it's like on the punt return, those guys on offense know that he can take it the distance too, so they have a little bit more incentive to block. Here's the one we were talking about earlier where Jarek fell down and their guy fell down. He didn't need to. I mean, he could have walked into the end zone, but we lucked out, and then the defense does a really nice job right here and comes out and hold them to a field goal. Keep them out of the end zone. I mean, that's the whole entire goal of the whole day. So that was a really good turnaround right here after the big play. I thought we were going to intercept this ball. I mean, Tavian Combs knocked the ball out of Justin's hands. I mean, good job getting the ball. Cody Moon got the pass breakup, and then we had 3 guys trying to go for it, except for Tavian knocks everybody down. That was too bad right there.
It looked like Justin Harris had the first best chance at it. And those last 2 plays, Combs filling the hole in the previous play, and he just seems to have a nose for the football.
You know, he's doing really good, getting a good feel for being the Lobo spot. And then Cody Moon is making some big time, but he's going to be a good player around here down the future. A couple of times I thought we had an opportunity to get the ball out to the perimeter. Here was a good one right here. We picked up 8. We're reading that stuff inside. We can do some different things schematically to get a few more opportunities, but that stuff's wide open when you're running the ball successfully.
Boy, it sure does seem that a lot of the big plays in the passing game this season have come to the tight ends, and there was one to Kyle Jarvis.
You know, Kyle and Trace both on Saturday came up big. It was a good job by Isaiah. Now, he did a pretty good job for the most part of reading both the inside zone and his quarterback pitch key. We need to get better at that. Here's one we tried to throw the ball. This was a good job by Kyle right before halftime, and I thought this touchdown was huge.
It's going to set up Aaron Dumas. Dumas and the targeting play obviously is very big. You get half the distance. Again, these targeting calls, they're so tough, Coach.
This one was hard, and I was actually talking to the officials about that one not being in because the guy's 6'4", Isaiah's 5'10". He just ran into him. What an aggressive run right there by Aaron, though. I mean, that's what we want, especially down there in the goal line. He tried to jump over on the 3rd and 1 later. This one right there, though, hey, get in his way and you're in trouble.
So his first career touchdown, he'd been waiting for that, and he gets it. And you guys have played just a tremendous first half. I mean, look at the yardage disparity there. You're outplaying them in just about every way, Coach.
You know, it was no different than the first half of UTEP. And I thought our demeanor inside the locker room was very much the same. We had to settle them down a little bit. We made a few corrections. We told them Wyoming's going to go in there and make corrections, guys. They hadn't been practicing what we were doing on offense. So they'll have an answer, and they did. But they settled down and we came out and we played better in the second half than we did against UTEP.
I was trying to figure out what their juggling of the quarterbacks was about and what they thought they could get different between two players that look pretty similar in terms of Chambers and Williams.
I think he was just looking for a spark. And when we've had some quarterback things around here that I don't want to talk for Coach Bowl, because from what I read in the paper, they've got some situations that they're going to have to handle with those guys. I think they were just looking for some energy, a spark, and it didn't quite work out the way they wanted it to.
All right, we come back on the other side, the Lobos and Wyoming Cowboys second half highlights next. The Lobo Coaches Show is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. We're back for second half highlights of the Lobos and Wyoming Cowboys in Laramie, New Mexico, with a 14-3 halftime lead.
We came out, we got a stop on defense, which I thought was huge, because that was a great play right here by Patrick Peak on the corner route. We did not do that against UTEP, and I thought it started the momentum for that whole second half against them.
Just how you teach it, right?
Oh, exactly right. Don't swing, punch. He punched right through the ball. He got out leveraged on the corner route, but he punched through the ball, and we got off the field. Here we go again with Luke Weissong. I mean, he's dangerous. That was a good lick right there. And watch Luke hop right back up. He's a tough kid, man.
He sure is.
That one right there, that was a holding call by our left tackle. He did get beat on the edge and did pull the guy down, so it was a good call. There's a good job of Isaiah pitching the ball out to the perimeter, and if we can get 5 or 6 yards every time we pitch the ball, we'll be just fine.
Trey Hall did a very nice job making somebody miss right there. And that pickup, and another excellent punt here by Aaron Rodriguez. And again, you keep putting it in that spot consistently. He feels almost compelled to catch one back at the 7 or 8 yard line.
Right. I mean, normally they let that one bounce and they'll go into the end zone. They'll get the ball out at the 20. Didn't work out that way. I thought we did a pretty good job in the secondary with our run fits. Now here, this was a great catch by Luke. I mean, that ball's going to roll forever if he don't run up there and catch it. That's what I was talking about early on in the season. And we get the ball. Now, this was really disappointing because we had the ball at the 42-yard line, and we ended up punting from our own 43.
It was a rare moment in this game where you guys had something back you up. You know, we talked about when your team was struggling, negative plays, whether because of a missed assignment or a penalty or something like that, but not a lot of that in this game, Coach.
No, it wasn't. Then here was a big third down. It was 3rd and 20. Isaiah did a nice job of getting us in position to be able to convert a 4th down. It's a really good run by Aaron right there. The guys up front, though, got some push and knocked him off the ball. When you have the threat of the perimeter run, it slows some of those guys down on the backside, but that's a great job. And we played with Kyle Stapley at guard a lot on Saturday, and he did a really nice job. We put Jang at center and Kyle at guard, and he did a better job in there.
3 of 4 on 4th down conversions. I know you feel like you get points out of the drive where you don't convert the 1/4 that you didn't, but all in all, this new look O-line performed really well.
You know, this was the 4th down right here. I mean, the 3rd down right there. I thought the shit bot was a little bit short.
I agree. I thought he got it.
I did too, and they didn't give it to us. And then Isaiah right here probably should have handed that ball, let Aaron get around the outside, but he pulled it, and his dive wasn't successful. Now, it was a little bit windy. I wasn't really happy with our field goal performances on the PAT field goals, and I went for it. I'm not changing. I mean, that's who I am, and I took that chance, and we didn't make it. Defense came out and got a stop, which was huge.
You showed early in this game your personality, Coach G. You went for it twice on 4th down on the same drive, ended up obviously resulting in a touchdown. Love the aggressiveness.
You know, I mean, I want the kids to play with aggression, and so we have to be aggressive in everything we do. Now, there's times to be smart and do certain things, but you know what? We're trying to win a football game. What a great play right here by Luke Weissong. And if we get one block right here, he's going the distance. I mean, Josh got beat inside a little bit. If he can get that block, or if Markway Kirkendall comes down and secures that, it's going to be a 90-yard touchdown. I thought this was a big play. I wish Cody would have picked it up and scored, but we do teach him around the pile, and he was around bodies to get on it. The most important thing is to come up with the football.
You know what, Coach? It almost looked like he wanted to pick it up, watch, but then he's like, wait, no, I got to cover it up. See that right there?
He did. He changed his mind, which is fine. The most important thing is that the Lobos end up with the football. They were under center, tried the fly sweep. It didn't work out. It worked to our advantage. I was disappointed that we didn't get any points on the board after this series. Now, what the offense did a great job of all day long was taking control and time of possession of the ball. This was Isaiah's only incomplete pass of the day. I thought he did a great job of not taking a sack and actually just throwing it out of the back of the end zone. And we gave Andrew an opportunity to come in. We've got to make these kicks.
Hits it solidly, just wide right, a few feet. You talked about Chavez's completions, highest completion percentage for a single game, minimum 10 attempts in the history of Lobo football.
You know, I mean, Stoney Case was on that. Stan Quintana was on that. Rudy Camano. I mean, those were all guys. Two of them. One was a teammate. One I coached, and the other one, he's a little bit older than me. But that's pretty good class to be in. That was a nice play right there. Another one by Corey Hightower. We are a lot more aggressive when we were attacking the ball on Saturday, which, I mean, it makes the world of difference when you're playing pass coverage. Those are the 50-50 balls I was talking about early in the season, and we actually won some of those on Saturday. We got a good fourth down stop right there to get off the field to keep them out of the end zone. And then the offense did a really nice job here taking time off the clock. Even though we don't get points out of it, we took about 3 minutes off, forced them to use a timeout with 5:08 to go. And then on defense, we got off the field again.
That was the thing I thought was consistently most impressive, is that your offensive possessions forced their defense to play all day long, Coach.
I mean, this was a really good job right here. Now, Jake Saltonstall won't get any credit, but he had man coverage on the back. They tried to run a slip screen to him. Jake covered him like a blanket, and so we were able to get the sack. And then this was a big-time play right here by Langston. I mean, we finally get pressure with a four-man rush. We were playing in coverage. He gets to the quarterback. We get a sack on fourth down. Now, all we needed to do on offense was get one first down. The game's over. We wouldn't have to give it back to him. But we didn't. We gave it back to him, and once again, we were able to keep him out of the end zone. What a great play, though, by Langston to keep working to get to the quarterback.
I don't think he has the motor before he transformed his body to be able to do this in the fourth quarter like he did. Couple different moves, he was able to make that play, and the strength to grab him by the jersey and bring him down. So impressive.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that it's without that 30-pound loss, he probably wouldn't be on the field. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Another great play right before this one on the two DBs knocking the ball out. This one was a little scary. I thought he caught it on the headphones. I said, did he catch that? They said no, so we were able to celebrate, and the Lobos won. Give credit to Isaiah. I mean, the kids obviously respond to him. They play hard. He's fearless. Maybe not the fastest guy in the world or the greatest athlete, but he's a really good football player. And he's 3-0 as a starter. So we're really 2-0 and 3-0 coming in for relief. So give Isaiah credit. The guys played better, but our entire team played better. We had a game plan. We had an idea of what we wanted to do, and they executed it.
There's something right here, too, with Chavez, isn't there? He's got that. Whatever it is, the heart, the it factor, it's there.
The thing about Isaiah, whether he's playing in the game or not, his demeanor on the sideline doesn't change. He jumps in the defensive huddle sometimes. I mean, he has nothing to do with the defense, but he gets in there and he's talking about getting fired up. He does it to the offense, so that's who he is.
Wonderful 14-3 win for the Lobos in Laramie. We come back on the other side. We talk with Coach G about the bye week and what the plans are for Lobo football with a weekend off. The Lobo Coaches Show is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Back to put a ribbon on a Lobo win over Wyoming and set up the Lobos bye week coming up. With head football coach at UNM, Danny Gonzales, I'm Robert Portnoy. And Coach G, a final congratulations. And let's wrap up the victory, 14-3 over Wyoming on the road. Tough place to go play and win. You guys hadn't had a road win of any kind in a long time. And you put to bed the 5-game skid, executed a game plan to perfection. All around, A+, right?
The kids did a good job responding to what we wanted to do. We won. I don't know about A+ yet. We won the game, and that's all that matters. I mean, it's all about winning. And somebody asked me over the weekend, the next 4 games, do you build for the future or do you go in trying to win every game? Well, building for the future is trying to win every game. I mean, the mindset around here is we want to win every single game we play. So we will do some things over the next 4 weeks, being smart with kids like Andrew Barney, who's played in 4 games. We will redshirt those guys, some of those things, so that we don't waste guys. But the idea is to win. And when we go 2 weeks from now against UNLV, it's to win the football game. When we play Boise and Fresno and Utah State, it's to win the football game. So proud of the way they executed, but we have a long way to go.
All right, so the Lobos are 3-5, 4 games left on the schedule, headed into their bye week. Coach G, what are the plans?
Bye weeks are fun. There's no pressure to win a game on Saturday. We'll get to develop some young guys. We'll scrimmage and play some real football because I'm a true believer the only way you get good at doing something is to actually do it. And then the coaches will go out recruiting. We'll hit the local high schools here during the week. On the weekend, we'll hit the Western United States, anywhere we recruit. Go find some good players because if you want to be a great coach, you need great players.
One of those things that the fan in New Mexico really wants to hear is that you're going to get the great New Mexico players to stay in state, and you're going to find those hidden gems. That's part of this week, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're going to scour the state. During the week, it'll be locally because the coaches have to be here for practice. But on the weekend, we'll go to some of those games around the state to find the best players. We've got a couple right here in town that are really, really good. So we've got to keep those guys home, and that'll be a main focus. And then we'll touch our perimeter around New Mexico and find some other great players, great guys that want to be Lobos. And if we do that, we'll be just fine around here.
When you go out of state, where do you go most?
If Southwest Airlines can fly there, we're going. Because it's easy for the kids. I mean, it sounds like we're trying to save money. It's not much about that. It's about the kids having access to get home. They're coming to a place that is different from home. New Mexico is unique. So they have to be able to get back easy. Their families have to be able to get here to watch them play. So that's the base of it. And then our surrounding footprint. Texas, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, California, Nevada, and then all of New Mexico. Those are going to be our primary focus. Now, if we have people that reach out from around the country, if there's an interest, we'll investigate it. And if it fits our needs, then we'll pursue it.
To that point, when the team went to Carson to play San Diego State, there were so many families in the stands because of all your California kids.
A ton. I mean, from the Inland Empire to some of the kids that we have from the coast, it was easier for their parents to get there. I mean, LA, there's a lot of players. Really, Inland Empire, I mean, there's about 15 million people that we can touch easy. So we'll continue to recruit those guys and find the ones that want to come here.
Coach G, excited for your team to have gotten that W. You've got some rest for the seniors, for the juniors, the upperclassmen, and then get these young kids an opportunity to get on the field and play full speed this week. Best of luck with recruiting as well, and we can't wait to get UNLV at home in 2 weekends.
It'll be nice to be able to play a home game. We've knocked down a couple doors with the road losing streak and the conference losing streak, so let's keep it going.
Congratulations again. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
That'll do it for us on this edition of your Lobo Coaches Show. So long, everybody, and go Lobos.
Go Lobos.